Welcome to the Vector Garden. In this video, we're going to take a look at how to make a Photoshop file transparent. This is a Photoshop file I have placed in Illustrator, and this should overlap that yellow rectangle transparently, and currently it's obviously not doing that. Let's go to Photoshop. Here we have that. And you might know that you can create clipping masks in Photoshop by just selecting this. So I'm going to take the magic wand and we can turn off the neighboring. I've set it up to 36 and let's just click in here. And it has selected that stuff. Let's select here as well. And now we get maybe a nicer selection. So now we can go to the Paths panel. And in here, we can make this into a working path, like so. Set up a tolerance for that. I'm going to leave everything and click OK. And now we have the path. And this path can be turned into a clipping path. So let's first double click it and name it. And now we can make it a clipping path and just click OK. And then save the file, like so. Let's get back to Illustrator and let's take a look at the links panel. And in here you see Illustrator has noticed that the file has been updated. So let's just let it load again. And you see, well, we've got a clipping path, and clipping paths are not smooth. So this might be okay for certain artwork, but certainly not for this one. So let's get back. I'm back in Photoshop and let's just hide this. So maybe we should just delete it like so. And we need to make a different kind of selecting this. So I'm going to get away with paths and let's go to the layers. And then of course also we need the channels. So let's go to the channels. They are down here already. And I'm going to save this as a new file. So let's save as, and let's save this as number 2. And now in the channels, you see we have this in different versions. But first of all, in order to actually get this clipped better, we need to Alt double click this to make it into an image layer and no longer the background layer. So, and let's take a look at the channels. And you see this one has some quite nice contrast. So what we're going to do is just duplicate it, and then we can maybe even improve that. So you can use the curves or the levels. I'm going to use the levels, and then what we could do is work on that and maybe make this a little darker to catch some more of it, whatever you want to do. And then we can load this into a selection by just Command clicking on the thumbnail. On Windows, of course, Control and click like this. And you have loaded this as a selection. Then we can go back here and use this selection. So we can just click on this mask icon like so. This is now in the wrong way. So let's undo it. We need to Alt click it like this. And then we have created a nice layer mask. And again, when you do not like that, you can compare the mask to the original, and then you can still edit this mask using curves or levels or whatever you want to use. Now we're going to save this again. So let's save it. It already has a new name. And let's go back to Illustrator. And let's then place it like so, and let's place it. And you see this looks nicer because it now has this nice soft edge.